In the Senate session of 2007, nearly 9.8 million pieces of paper were printed. A paper-heavy operation, thousands of bills, hearing notices, testimony, and documents were printed each year.
Just the volume of papers that we would consume in the legislative process was just horrendous.
Oh, I hate to think of the number of trees that we killed.
Not only paper was being wasted, but time and space as well.
Before the Paperless project, we actually had to backtrack in time, and we had to have someone physically come down to the Capitol with 35 to 40 copies each time we testified.
Every single piece of testimony would be sorted and put in order and then distributed to either members on the committee or staff.
Well, our staff spent many hours running off testimony, collating it, handing it out. So it really wasn't as productive.
I would say at least 2/3 of the staff was tasked really just to keep track of the paper. Accept the testimony, keep it organized, sort it, and prepare the hearing folder for the senators and the members on the committee.
Senate President Colleen Hanabusa and her staff took the lead, scanning their paper documents and storing them on CDs. She tasked her staff to find ways to use technology to improve efficiency of operations.
We do have technology tools already in place that we could use to change the way we did business. Very early on, one of the recommendations was to reduce the amount of paper that we consume and put out. We felt that we could save money. We could also provide a lot more ways to enhance public access to the legislative process.
The idea was later expanded to the 2008 legislative session, when Senate President Hanabusa launched the Senate Paperless Initiative, with two goals in mind. One, improving the public's access and participation in the legislative process, and two, streamlining legislative operations by reducing paper waste. In January 2008, the Paperless Pilot Project was launched, one committee at a time. During the 2008 session, two committees were tasked with conducting paperless committee hearings. This required computers. The Senate Data Systems team set up the necessary infrastructure to make that possible. They purchased laptops and software, installed Wi-Fi at the Capitol, and offered training and support.
The first year that we started this project, we weren't really sure about how much paper we would save. I mean, we had some idea, but we weren't certain how well it would be accommodated, how quickly people would adapt to the whole notion that rather than us printing hard copy, we're going to distribute an electronic copy.
Another challenge was dealing with a really wide range of skill levels when it came to using electronic format and computers in general. Both senators and staff came to us with a very wide range of background and experience and levels of comfort with the different media.
But the results were clear. Prior to the pilot project, committees would have to print and manually collate approximately 30 to 35 folders for each committee hearing.
On a typical deadline night, we would have 30 staff members in the print shop working 24 hours a day over the entire weekend in order to get these documents printed.
The need for these folders was completely eliminated. From shuffling through stacks of paper to accessing hearing agendas, bills, testimony, and other electronic documents online with the click of a mouse, this revolutionized the entire process. It didn't take long for senators and staff to get on board.
They were very interested to see what we were doing because many of them felt that that was the way they wanted to go as well. They could see the positive reaction that we were getting, so it really was something I think everybody was ready to migrate into.
This changed the whole process of distribution, from stacks of paper and bills being printed to 1 or 2 CDs. The Senate is no longer encumbered with the task of organizing packets for each and every member, allowing more work and research to take place.
Some of the issues that we deal with are really complex.
So that, again, that's time saving, and even for the senators, they can just punch in a keyword on the scan material and find who's testifying, who's opposed, who's in support.
And not only is paper being conserved, this process allows the public to access hearing notices and bills quicker.
One of the biggest things is that we want to provide the people of Hawaii with better access to the committee process. But now with everything online, people can just go onto the Capitol website and just access it on their own. They can find what they want. And it provides us as committee staff with more time, not having to walk people through that process.
By the end of the 2008 session, over 90% of senators were solely using laptops to access documents during caucus and on the chamber floor. In just 2 years, the entire Senate went paperless. All 14 committees conducted paperless hearings in 2009.
Yes, it has increased the public access tremendously. Now you don't have to come down to the Capitol to look at the documents. You can be anywhere, actually not just in Hawaii, but in the whole United States or in the world to see legislation.
The Senate is now using technology in all its forms to distribute testimonies, documents, and other information around the Capitol and to the public. Paper consumption has decreased, and public awareness and participation has increased.
We use PDF files where we OCR those files. Instead of looking through individual copies now, we can just do a search.
Thanks to scanners, flash drives, CDs, and the internet, senators are now able to view all testimonies the day they receive them. And since testimonies are available on the Senate's website, they are also available to the public.
We distribute an electronic folder, and everybody in the Capitol would have access to that folder at the same time. So it's not a pecking order. And in fact, the general public can get access to the same document.
The grand total of paper printed in 2007 dropped by 6.7 million sheets of paper in 2008. That total dropped by another million sheets of paper in 2009. The Senate also greatly reduced ink, toner, and electricity consumption, as well as eliminated the need for expensive copy machines. Now that they can check saving trees off their list, the Senate looks forward at ways to expand on their environmental friendliness. The next step for the Senate? Evaluating the prospect of utilizing popular social networking websites like Facebook and Twitter.
The question becomes, how can we use these advanced social networking platforms to even be more public friendly?
The success of the Hawaii State Senate's Paperless Initiative is a result of their desire for change and ongoing commitment to the environment, and foremost, their obligation to the state of Hawaii.